Hi friends, welcome to VTeach. Coming to the concepts of compiler design, the fifth unit I am going to discuss the runtime environment. So in this, the runtime environment plays the most important role while our program is executing. So where we have to keep your program, where you have to keep your data, that we are going to discuss. The concepts what we are going to discuss in the runtime environment are the first one is storage organization, where to store your information, the stack allocation of a space, access to non-local data on the stack, and heap management. So coming to the first one, that is the storage organization. So in this, I am going to discuss is the one of the concept static versus dynamic storage allocation. So the first concept of this runtime environment, that is the storage organization. So the executing target code program runs in its own logical address space in which program value has a location. So whatever the program you are having, that has to be allocated to the memory. So in the memory, it has to be allocated in its own logical address space. For your value, it has a location. So the management and organization of logical address space, it is shared between the compiler, the operating system, and the target machine. So all in addition to your compiler, the operating system and the target machine, because the target machine code has to be produced, all these three together it has to work to produce the target code. So here the work of the operating system is it has to map the logical address space into the physical address space, which are usually spread throughout the memory. These concepts it may be discussed in your concepts of operating system. Okay. Now here the storage organization, the memory. We are having two different types of memory. One is called the data memory and second is called the code memory. In code memory, all your program instructions will be placed. The program instructions are stored into your code memory. Coming to the data memory, whatever the data related to the program instructions we are having, that will be stored into the data memory. Again, for our convenience, the data memory is considered into three different types. One is static memory, second one is the stack memory, and third one is the heap storage. So there are two types of memories. One is code memory. Code memory is used to store all your program instructions. Data memory is used to store your data related to your program instructions. And this data memory is again considered as static memory, stack memory, and heap storage for our convenience. So coming to the first one. See here, the runtime representation of an object program, that is the logical address space, consists of two areas. One is called the program area and second is called the data area, just as we have discussed. So here, coming to the first one is the code memory. If you observe the diagram here, we are having the code memory, the static data, the stack, and heap. So coming to the first one, the code memory. The size of the generated target code is fixed at compile time. So whatever the instructions we are having, the target code is fixed at compile time. So the compiler can place executable target code in a statically determined area called code memory. It is usually in the low end of the memory. Always it starts from 0 and follows. Okay, so it is stored at the low end of the memory. Next is the static memory, that is the stack data. So similarly, the size of program data objects such as global constants, data generated by the compiler are stored in the static memory. So the compile time is the storage locations is already it is known, the size of the registers are already known, it is stored at the compile time, and these objects can be placed in another statically determined area that is called the static. So all your program instructions are stored into the code memory. So whatever the in your program you are having the main program and the subprogram. So whatever the variables you have declared in the main program, that is stored into the static data area. Okay, so one reason for statically allocating as many data objects as possible in the address of these objects can be compiled into the target code. So that is the advantage. The last one is the stack and heap. Coming to the stack and heap. So here to utilize the maximum utilization of the space at a time at runtime. So these are what at runtime. Whereas this is the code is at compile time. If the decision is made at compile time, then it is called okay. And here this is static data is also done at compile time because we know what the data is, whereas the stack and the heap are known at runtime. So the other two areas, that is what we're calling it as the stack and heap, both are at opposites end of the remainder of the address space. These areas are very dynamic. Their size can change as the program executes. As the program executes, the size of the program or the data can be changed. These areas grows towards each other as needed. So it is not having any specific. So here it is using. The stack is used to store data structures called activation records that are generated during procedure calls. In practice, the stack grows towards the lower addresses and heap towards the higher addresses. So here we are having the four types of memory. Actually, we are having the two types of memory for our convenience and to maximum utilization of our running space. So we have converted into static, stack, and heap. So in code area, all your code will be stored. In the static area, whatever the globally declared variables we are having, that will be stored into the static data. For example, I am having A, B, and C. So A and B are declared as global variables and C is declared as the local variable. Here A and B are stored into the static data and C is stored into the stack because C is local to a function, whereas A and B are global variables. So where A and B can be used by the function but C cannot be used by the another functions of the main program. So this is what we're calling it as the static area and the stack area. And there is one more area that is called the heap memory location. When the program is executing, that is what we're calling it as leave. Okay. When the live is there, then we can use the heap memory location. Okay. So here, whenever we are executing our programs, sometimes we are playing some game in our mobile phone. It has to when once you got a call, just it stops the execution of your running program, that is the game, and while you come out of your phone call, immediately it starts from the place where it was executed. So here the return address will be there, that will be stored into the stack memory area. Static versus dynamic storage allocation. The layout and allocation of data memory locations in the runtime environment are the key issues in the storage management. So there is two decisions we have to make. One is called the static and second is called the dynamic. If the decision is made at the compilation time, then we are calling it as the static decision. If you are taking the decision at runtime, then we are calling it as the dynamic decision. So whatever the information that is known at compilation time, they will be stored into the static memory location. Whereas the dynamic, it will be stored into the stack and heap location because they are very dynamic, and static is the static memory location. Okay. So here there are two other strategies when you choose the dynamic memory location allocation. The first one is called the stack storage and second is called the heap storage. What is stack storage? Names local to a procedure are allocated space on a stack. So whatever the variables you have declared as a local variables, they will be stored into the stack memory location. Coming to the heap storage, data that may outlive the call to the procedure. So once you have called the procedure, when the procedure is executing, all the information of your procedure will be stored into the heap storage. That it can be created using the heap of reusable storage. Okay, so this is the concepts what we have discussed about the storage organization, static versus dynamic storage allocation. So here, what are the two important memory locations are? One is the code memory location and second is the data memory location. The program instructions will be stored into the code memory area and the data related to the program instructions are stored into the data area. In the data memory location, there are again three types of data memory locations we are having here. One is static, second is stack, and third one is the heap. When we will use the static, the global declared variables will be stored into the static memory location area. The local data variable declaration that will be stored into the stack area, and the heap memory location will be used whenever you are having is the procedure is leave, then only we will use the heap memory location. Hope you have understood this one. Thank you.